Alright, what's going on, guys? This is Destiny Heroic, and this is going to be my latest Vanguard deck profile. Obviously we're doing Arboros Dragon Neo Nectar today. So first of all, it's a ride chain, so let's just get this out of the way. There are 4 of each member of the ride chain in this deck. Obviously, sorry about the glare there. So the name of the game with the Neo Nectar deck is to play cards that copy your other cards and put out copies of rear guards, and then they gain benefits by doing so. So the ride chain works like a Spectral Duke Dragon ride chain, where your grade 1 searches for the grade 2 or 3 off the top 7 cards of the deck, and then each 2, when you ride the 2 and then the 3, you copy a rear guard, so you gain a card at each stage of the ride chain. So that is the gist of it. In terms of specific cards that I use, I'll start at grade 0. Obviously the Ratoon at the beginning, really indispensable. In terms of triggers, obviously the 4 heals. I am running in this build 6 criticals, so 2 musketeers and 3 of the chestnuts, and then 6 draws. The reason I was running 6 draws is because if you miss your ride chain, it's kind of painful, so the draws help you draw extra cards so that you can get to the important cards. Like if you want to, at the late stages of the game, you definitely want to have ridden at least the grade 2 and 3 Arboros dragons. You won't get the benefits from doing so, but at least your Arboros dragon will have 11k at grade 3. So that's the grade 0 lineup. Grade 1s, obviously again, the 4 branches. And since the name of the game in Neo Nectar is copying rear guards, I am playing the maximum allowable copies of each rear guard. So Corolla Dragon is definitely the one that you want to have as soon as possible, because once you start copying your rear guards, once you ride grade 2, you can copy this guy and make 2 of them, and then make 3 of them at grade 3 and have a full 8k backfield. Obviously the 4 no guards and 2 Lady of the Sunlight Forest. This is in here for if you miss the grade 1 portion of the ride chain. This is one of the cards where you can turn it to the side, discard a card, and draw a card, just to add the extra draw power so that you can search, you can dig for your other parts of your ride chain. So at grade 2, we've got obviously the 4 timbers, and again we're running 4 copies of each rear guard. I'm using Glass Beads Dragon because this deck does not counterblast at all. So this is basically a free card. You will always have the counterblast available for this guy, and at when you ride grade 3, you can copy the grade 2 and bring out 2 of these guys. And then for the last grade 2, I'm using the Iris Knight, 4 copies, vanilla 10k, and I will explain why I've chosen that over something else at grade 3. So obviously at grade 3 we have the 4 Sephiroths and then 3 of the Valkyrie, Frontline Valkyrie Laurel, to balance out the lineup. So the reason we play as many copies of cards as possible in this deck is because of the Sephiroth limit break. When you have 4 damage, every card you control that has a copy on the field will gain 3k. So if that's your Vanguard and you have one in the rear guard, he's 13, he's 14 in the Vanguard circle. All of your Corolla Dragon copies will be 11k boosters, and I chose Iris Knight because if there's two of them, they will both be 13, which is enough to threaten a cross-ridden Vanguard without boosting. So that's pretty much the logic of the deck. Glass Beads Dragon will be 12 plus an 11 behind him, will hit for 23. And against a rear guard, you can pop the rear guard and then draw a card. So that's basically the gist of the deck. I've lost a lot of spatial integrity here. And finally, at grade 3, copies of this are really good because if you have two of these, they already gain 2k when they attack the Vanguard, so they can attack at 15 unboosted. And if you put Corolla Dragons behind them, then you're swinging for 26, which is a really hard number to deal with, especially if there are more than one line on your side doing it. The only thing that I would probably change about this deck at this point is the 2 extra draw triggers. I'm finding that I'm hitting the ride chain often enough. It's like Spectral Duke Dragon. You usually can hit it and you don't really need the extra draw power. But draws are nice to hit in damage as well. So that's why I like to have the extra draws, but you could just as easily just go up to 8 criticals in this deck. So that's the Neo Nectar Arboros Dragon deck. I've noticed that there was a lot of viewership on my Aqua Force deck profile, so I'm hoping the same thing will happen with this. But in the meantime, I'll put a link to the Aqua Force deck list right about here. And for the next deck list, I still have the Dimension Police Zeal deck, which is an option. I also have Bermuda Triangle. Those will be the 2 options. So whichever one you want to see, like this video and comment below whichever one you'd like to see. Also, if you have any other suggestions about this deck or decks that you'd like to see or whatever, comment below and like this video. And thanks for watching. Peace.